and welcome back to week 5 of the at-home curriculum activities. So the theme this week is Who's in My Family? We're actually going to get started though. Cinnamon's going to talk a little bit about letter recognition because we always put that letter of the week in there. So to give you some tips and ideas on how to do that for your different age group children. And then we are going to go into more about the theme, activities, crafts, things like that. So go ahead, Cinnamon, get us started.
All right. Thank you, Meg. So yes, like Meg said, I'm going to talk about letter recognition. And so here you see I have in front of me letters all over. And you know that we do a letter, like she said, every single week. And so this week the letter happens to be the letter D. And so one thing I want to point out here is that all the letters are lowercase. And the reason for that is because when introducing letters to children, the majority of print that you see written in books and stuff like that is always lowercase. So they're going to see it more so. So to begin to introduce it this way is a good idea. Another thing that we're going to talk about doing with letters is all letters of the alphabet have lines and curves. So it's really important to introduce your children to lines and curves. So one way to introduce them to lines and curves is just drawing lines and curves. And so one thing might be like, mommy drew a line. Can you draw a line like mommy? Let's see if they can imitate you. See if they can copy you. They're not going to be experts at it yet, but it'll give them good practice and also give them good practice holding writing utensils. Also, can you draw a curve like mommy? Can you draw a curve? So, and give them a chance to try and do that. Go ahead and make a scribble creation full of lines and curves, all for practice purposes. Other ways to teach lines and curves that are a little more fun is you can do it with your finger. So here, mommy made a line with her finger. Can you make a line with your finger? And then, have your child imitate you, even if you put their hand into the shape so they can get familiar with it, just like you teach them how to show their age. Or a curve. Can you make a curve like mommy? And, maybe later on, after if you practice that a lot, you can say, hey, can you show me how to make a line with your finger? Can you show me how to make a curve with your finger? See if they've learned and understood, mastered that skill. Also, another way to do it that makes it a little more fun is you can play a game of Simon Says or Mommy Says, and you can do lines and curves with your body. So you could show them first, always show them first, how to make a line with your body. Stand up really straight and tall and say, mommy's making a line with her body. And then, curve your body over and say, mom's making a curve with your body. And I'm just using mom because I'm a mom, not for any other reason. So, make a curve with your body. And then, then you can go, mommy says, make a curve with your body. Can you show me how to make a curve with your body? Mommy says, make a line with your body. Can you show me how to make a line with your body? And so on and so forth. That's a fun way to teach that. Also at this point, what you could do is, take the first letter of their name and start posting that around the house, getting them familiar with that. Also, practicing the letter sounds of their name. So something I've done, I'm using the letter D, of course, because we're doing the letter D, but my son's name just so happens to begin with the letter D. His name is Demond. And so the D is made up of a line and a curve. And so, if he was a little guy, which he's not obviously in this picture, then you could say, hey, this is the letter that begins with your name, Demond. Demand, and you point at the letter, no, this is your letter, and also, tracing it with your finger, showing them the line and the curve as well. So that's something you can do. Also, another thing you want to do is start putting letters on objects in your home that they're familiar with, so they can also get familiar with what letter they start with. So behind me, I have a door, and here we have the letter D, and I might point at the letter D and say door, door. And then this will get them familiar with the letter D and knowing that the word door begins with the letter D. Something else you can always do as well is, what's important is discerning the shapes between the letters. It's more important for them to understand that the letters have similarities and differences, but they all represent something different. So that's really important to do. So what I've done is I did a D for my son's name, but I also did a C for my name. And you can ask them, are these the same or different? Are these the same or do they look the same or different? Or you could say, mommy's letter is a curve. Your letter has a line and a curve, and you could talk about that stuff with them as well. And then you can start off by teaching them matching and, let this progress into a matching game where they begin to understand the shapes of letters. When they get a lot older, they will start, doing letters in letter family. So like ACEOS and DBGHJ, letters that all have similar looks to them, but make different sounds or represent different things or, what I'm trying to say. And so that's something that they will experience from preschool and up. They will start to learn those types of things. And you really can start focusing on the letter's name at that point, more so after they've been like thoroughly introduced to the letter shape and the discernment between it and other letter shapes. And then matching games will be really easy, because then they'll have a better idea of the difference between the letters and the similarities. Let me see, did I cover everything when I said that? Is there anything, Meg, that I missed, or anything you want to add?
No, I think just remembering that for younger kids, exposure is okay, that's just what they need is exposure. We're not expecting a 1.5-year-old to, recognize that yet. It's just exposing them to that. But yeah, other than that, I think that covered everything. So we will move into the theme a little bit. So the theme, again, is who's in my family. And this is really important for kids to know, so that they can understand that they are an important part of a family, so that they can understand that what families are. And so through this, they're going to be writing about families. They're going to be reading about families. They're going to be doing creative art. They're going to be seeing different families. You're going to be teaching them vocabulary words, which is so important. So within those discussions, is talking about generations is important, because, that's my mom, and then this was my mom's mom. So even taking out those photo albums and telling them stories. So it's showing you had a place in the family, and, oh, I'm special, I do too. And again, teaching them these great vocabulary words. We might take it for granted that we know about family, but we have to teach them what that means as well. And so I did put together some of the activities that we listed. This is a milk jug house. So I just took an empty out of my recyclables, cut some doors, some windows, and then they can use it for their toys. So whether you have little people, this is their special home. And it's opening the conversation about houses. So houses are different. We live in an apartment. Some people live in homes. And then even talking about animal homes. So even if they had a treasured little animal toy they wanted to keep in here, let's talk about how animal families live. Different things like that. And so what I did here, another activity that's listed is finger puppets, family finger puppets, I should say. So I just, these I just drew, but please feel free to just print them. But I really did enjoy making them. But you can print them. And so here they are. And this has a little song that goes along with it. You can feel free to just use your imagination and just, make a little puppet show out of them. And the song is the Family Finger song. So I'll just give you a quick example of it. It goes, Grandpa Finger, where are you? Here I am, how do you do? Daddy Finger, where are you? Here I am, how do you do? Sister Finger, where are you? Here I am, how do you do?
They're twins.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they're twins. I meant to do that. So this is just an example. So when they're younger, you can have them, you can just print them, cut them, and play a game with them. As they get older, they can pick the family members they want. They can decorate them. They can color them. They can even cut them out. They can do the show for you. So remember just to, think about their age and what they would enjoy. So just an example of the finger puppets. Let me take them off. And so the enhancement activities that we listed. So free play is really playing house. And so it's imitating. So it's like, I get to be mommy. What does that look like? I get to be daddy. Oh, let's take care of the baby. Things like that. And then for the math and science, great idea was having a growth chart, which some of you might have. But remember, it's a learning tool. So we're learning math. So look at, you're this tall and mommy's this tall. Who's bigger? And then even just talking about measurements. So you're 3 feet. Look at that. Uncle Shawnee is double that. So just different things like that. And then outdoor play can all be all about family fun. So just remembering to have fun as a family, playing games with your kids, not just having them go outside to play on their own. So that is all I have for the theme. Anything you want to add?
No, but beautifully done, Meg.
Hey, thank you. You as well. I think we had a really great session here today. And so we will be back next week with week 6. We'll be staying on the family trend for a little bit. You'll see we'll just focus on different areas of it. So that is it for today. Thank you.
Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.